Hey, welcome back, Chucklefucks. It's your boy, Dark Raikou, for a part 3 of What If Issei Became a Vasto Lord. Now, before I continue on, I just finished yes, I finished TXT, and I also finished Madaka Box, because I only had like 3 more episodes of watching it, and then yeah, 3 or 4, whatever. But really, I finished those, so I finished that. I'm going on to watching a couple other animes. Some of those animes might be also what ifs for these. I mean, not these. What if for not for just Issei and all that. I'm not gonna just keep doing Issei what ifs. I'm also going to do some other what ifs, mostly for the second channel, on some of those animes. Mostly, okay, let me mention this. So Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece what ifs, I might just keep uploading them in my first channel, and maybe also Boruto, even though I fucking hate Boruto. The anime is trash, the manga's decent. I'm just going to say it like that, but yeah. But of course, not the point. Also, what else did I even have in my first channel? Oh yeah, what's it called? I did upload one Madaka Box one, what if in that second on my first channel. Second channel, I haven't really uploaded that much stuff unless just counting Issei, but yeah. But mostly I'll be uploading those what ifs and that, and also Jujutsu Kaisen. I'll be uploading still Yuji what ifs on my first channel. So mostly those type of what ifs I'll be doing. Other what ifs I might just upload them here in my second channel, so you can kind of understand that I'm doing 2 different channels. First channel I haven't really uploaded like a couple of days. I've been only grinding on the second channel for a little bit, and then I'll go on to my first channel, and then I'll just try to switch it up and try to upload like some videos on my first channel, some videos on my second channel. You get the point. I'm trying to get a regular daily basis into uploading 1 video per day in each of my mostly 2 channels. It's probably going to be overwhelming since I never actually done this before. I've mostly been uploading like a lot of videos on my second channel, or not second channel, first channel, second channel. You get the point. I've been also uploading a lot. But yeah, of course, that is kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to do it the best I can. I'm gonna try, but it's probably going to overwhelm me. I'm probably just gonna give up and maybe just upload like once a time, whenever I have time to just upload whenever in different channels. But yeah, or mostly my 2 channels. So my first channel and the second channel. So yeah, this is okay, I should mention this. This is my second channel. This whole Dark Raikou thing is my second channel. My first channel is something else. I'll probably talk about that later, but yeah. Yes, my first channel, do have more subscribers than this one, but yeah, since I barely started on this one. And not the point. I'm going to continue on, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up because I took like 3 minutes of your damn time. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyone that actually watching this, or not watching this, hearing this what if, let me shut up. Yeah, sorry for wasting your time and all that. I'll give like a okay, I'm gonna just say 4 minutes, and then you can just skip to that. I'll just put it somewhere in the description. Not the one. Let me shut the fuck up. Shut up, you fucking dumbass. Okay, whatever. Let me begin. So we begin into where I last left it off, and no recaps. Okay, I only do that where if it becomes 1 month, and I haven't finished a what if, and I come back and do it. That's a recap. I'm gonna have to go through a recap from that previous kind of like part. I do that also on my first channel, yeah. But not the point. Let me begin into what if. Let me shut the fuck up. And yeah, god damn it. I should also mention that I don't cough that much throughout the video. Wait. So I only cough a bit in there. I'm actually getting better. I'm not sick no more. But yeah. But not the point. Let me shut the fuck up. But yeah. So we begin into Issei. Issei wakes up in a room, just kind of bright lights and all them other shit. This is where he just barely cracks his one eye open. This is where when he wakes up, he's in his room. not alone. Okay, he's in his room not alone. What he's kind of surrounded is by Asui or Ashua. Okay, I'm gonna keep fucking up her name, so I'm gonna just say Asia. If I remember and I accidentally say it out of just instance of like saying her name, it would be that correct one or whatever. Not Asui. Asui, I think, is something else. But of course, is where Rias is into the right of him, and then underneath him is basically a bluish hair girl named Estef. She has palish white skin, and of course, she has no clothes. And of course, to the other, mostly she's like to the right, but underneath from Rias, and to the left from Asia, there is a palish skin tone girl with, well, you can't really see her eyes, but she has blondish, kind of a pale blondish pink hair. Of course, a little bit like still blonde, but yeah. Of course, she is, have no clothes. None of them has clothes, and Issei is in his boxers. This is where Issei kind of barely remembers what the hell happened last time. All he remembers is he was fighting against, someone with like 10 wings. Or, yes, 10 wings. And of course, almost beating the fuck out of him. If it wasn't for him just taking back control out of instance and punching, White out of the way and going into hollow, mostly regular hollow mode. By just having the mask, not the Vasto Lord, but yeah. But of course, this is where, Issei is just like having blood nose, and this is where Issei is saying, no, I shouldn't be doing this. This is where he's about to like grab Rias from her jugs, and that's where, Rias opened her eyes and says, hey, Issei. Issei say, I wasn't doing anything. No, I didn't do anything. No. This is where he's blushing, and this is where, Rias giggles and says, at least you're awake. This is where the other girls kind of stand up and say, This is where, Issei says, can you all put on clothes, please? This is where, Issei he said it so quietly, and this is where half of them chuckle and says, why should we? This is where, in a very lustful, kind of lustful tone, this is where Issei says, please? This is where, he says, come on, girls, just put on clothes. This is where they say, fine. They get out of, kind of, mostly their change and all that, while Rias is still in bed with Issei. This is where half the girls realize that they're changing. Rias isn't doing anything, and Issei, he's just having his eyes closed. This is where, one of the girls, mostly named, one of the bluish hair girls, her name is Estef, and she said, hey, Rias, get the fuck up. You two gotta change clothes. This is where Rias says, but I don't wanna. I gotta make sure that Issei is still fine. Who else has healing here? This is where they look at Asia, and Asia says, yeah, I have healing. This is where Rias says, you weren't supposed to tell them. This is where Asia says, I would just stay in bed with, Issei to heal him. This is where, Rias, Estef, and also the blondish hair girl named Junko kind of all got outside, and this is where Rias is kind of crying inside because she wanted to stay more with, Issei. This is where Issei is being healed by Asia already having full clothes. But yeah, this is where, Asia says, hey, Issei. Issei says, yeah? Can I know about your powers? This is where Issei says, don't know much about the Red Dragon Emperor. He barely talks half the time. I think I'm supposed to call him Drake. This is where Asia says, no, I'm not talking about that. This is where Issei says, what are you talking about then? The mask. The mask and that sword. This is where Issei pals and says, well, I think I heard Rias call me. I have to go downstairs. This is where Issei was about to get up until she kind of just like grabbed his hand. This is where, Issei said, Asia? This is where, not Asia, mostly, So Asia says, Issei, please. This is where Issei said, we're gonna be late to school. This is where Issei doesn't really want to tell about anything about his hollow and him being actually a hollow devil. Yes, he is still a hollow no matter what. He used to be a human hollow, an experimental one, but now after his human was gone, almost a human side, he's a double hollow. So that's what he's entirely is. This is where, well, Issei says, let's just go, come on. This is where Issei kind of had this cheerful smile, but right now inside he was kind of freaking out. This is where, well, Issei says, no, I can't tell them nothing. No. This is where, well, Asui kind of sighs, and this is where she gets up and follows Issei. This is where the other girl says, come on, what were you two even doing? This is where, well, Rias was kind of biting her nose and says, please don't tell me you two were doing something. This is where, well, Issei says, nothing, she was healing me. Jesus Christ, you people have dirty minds. This is where, well, all of them just pout because, well, Issei's not that wrong. This is where, well, they are right now walking to school, but yeah. This is where, well, they are basically getting to, well, school, and of course, this is where, well, Rias and the others kind of meets up with, well, mostly not meets up, mostly get to school, and of course meets up with, well, some of them. This is where, well, they are right now in the clubhouse, or whatever, not clubhouse, well, mostly the club, called the research club, or whatever the hell it's called. And of course, this is where, well, Issei is there kind of laying on the couch, just kind of chilling, but yeah. I should also mention that Issei did kind of meet Shinkai. Shinkai was in the house, and this is where Issei was actually glad and happy to see him. Now, of course, Shinkai did came along with Issei just to go to the, well, occult club, but yeah. This is where, well, when they kind of go to there, this is where, well, Kiba is there just kind of standing, while some of the others are kind of sitting down or standing, but yeah. Akana and also, what's it called? Akana and Koneko are kind of seeing the blue-haired kid. Of course, where, well, the blue-haired kid, dark blue-haired kid, is right now on top of Issei, mostly on a piggyback ride. Issei doesn't seem to mind him at all, and of course, actually cherished and much more happier. His mood and other things is much more happier and all that. Shinkai is basically like a little brother towards Issei, and Issei is like an older brother towards Shinkai, but yeah. This is where, well, Rias is kind of talking about how Zenenia is basically the newest member, and mostly another knight, but yeah. It's because, well, of God and other things. Issei says, what do you mean God of other things? This is where Rias says, he's dead, god damn it. This is where, well, Issei says, oh. I don't think I was paying attention to that. This is where Rias says, yeah, I don't think so neither. This is where she sighs, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei said, well, whatever with that. Can I just go? This is where, well, he said that Shinkai really wants to go somewhere. This is where, well, Shinkai says, yeah, I want to go to a store. This is where, well, Shinkai is really acting like a kid, but yeah. This is where Rhea sighs and says, fine, you two can go. Also, Issei, there's going to be meetings held at the school, so I'm just telling you a fair warning, and, well, right now, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, got it. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble. This is where, well, Rhea says, yeah, you better not. This is where, well, Issei says, don't worry, I won't. This is where, well, he starts kind of walking away until Kiba says, hey, Issei. Issei ignores Kiba's words just because he already knows that Kiba and the others are actually having the same question in their mind. Experiment on. Because Issei, before passing out, he remembers Kiba kind of asking Shinkai about that. This is where, well, both Shinkai and Rias are actually stay silent. Well, mostly Rias told Shinkai not to tell them at all, because it will kind of break the trust between him and his, like, brother figure. But yeah. This is where, well, Kiba sighs, and of course Kiba can't get any information from Rias, because Rias she doesn't really want to break the promise with Issei, but yeah. Which he kind of understands that, but yeah. But of course, he wants to kind of get information from Issei, but Issei seems to be distancing whatever question to bullshit that is mostly, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into Shinkai and Issei kind of going to the store, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, we go into mostly the next day, or mostly not the next day, mostly the night. And of course, when Issei got home and all that, he kind of saw Rias and, what's it called, his parents and also Rias' brother and what's it called, wife. But yeah, that's where Issei says, Sir Zax? This is where Sir Zax says, ah, Issei. I'm just here talking to your parents. This is where, well, Issei says, yeah, what are you doing here? This is where he says, oh, can I not visit my little sister? Issei says, no, that's not the problem there. It's just confusing. This is where, well, Issei noticed one thing. Esther for Junko is not here. He can actually sense their magic and they're not really here. This is where Issei says, okay. This is where, well, Issei can see, well, what's it called? Well, mostly see, he can, sense what's it called, Ozzy and also Rias being here, but yeah. But they are the only ones kind of being here. This is where, well, he's kind of confused. But of course, well, Sir Zack said that they're basically just gonna stay here for a little bit. This is where, well, Shinkai, well, mostly both of what's it called, Issei's parents don't really care about Shinkai that much. Or they don't hate him and all that. They won't even kick him out. They basically like him because Issei, well, Shinkai kind of made up a story about them kind of meeting when they were younger, and basically, yeah, of course not explain the whole experiment thing because that would have been a red flag for the first time they meet. But of course, this is where Issei's parents didn't want to kick out what's it called, Shinkai, and decided to let him. And that's where, well, both of Issei's parents can see that Shinkai and Issei have really become brothers. Even though what's it called, Issei has brown hair and Shinkai has dark blue majestic hair, which they love it. But yeah, this is where, well, both Shinkai and Issei kind of go upstairs, mostly to his room. But yeah, because he kind of realized that Rias and what's it called, Asui, or not Asui, yeah, Aishua, or not Aishua, I forgot her name. God damn it, I even said it a while ago. How the fuck did I forget? So Azia is kind of sleeping also in her own room. But yeah, this is where, well, Sir Zack is actually sleeping with, what's it called, mostly sleeping on the ground of Issei's room. But of course, Issei is kind of like letting Shinkai kind of sleep on his bed. But yeah, this is where, well, Sir Zack says, hey, Issei, you still awake? This is where, well, or not, mostly Issei kind of asks if he's still awake. Sir Zack. This is where Sir Zack says, yeah, I'm here. This is where, well, Issei kind of apologized to him and say sorry about letting you sleep on the ground and other and this and that. This is where, well, Sir Zack doesn't really mind. Right now, Shinkai's asleep, sound asleep mostly. But yeah, this is where, well, Sir Zack says, no, it's fine. I actually like this. This seems like a better change of experience and all that. This is where, well, Issei says, okay. Then you don't really mind it, do you? Nope. Besides, Issei, you don't really need to keep calling me Sir Zack and all that. You can call me Big Brother. This is where Issei says, yeah, not happening. Huh? Why not? But you let Shinkai call you Big Brother. And you call him Little Brother. This is where Issei says, because that's none of your business. Oh, really? So, well, it's true that I shouldn't really disturb you in the past and all that, you and Shinkai. But I do know that you're basically a hollowish devil now. This is where Issei kind of went in his eyes and said, how do you... Issei, I might be the king of the devils and all them other things, yeah, the Lord, ruler, whatever. I do know what a hollow is, a soul reaper is, and a Quincy is. Kind of. But really, I only came across this information when I kind of became the king of the devils a while ago. But yeah, pretty much, I know what a hollow is. It's basically an empty soul that doesn't usually feel any emotions. I kind of also do know what a hollow human is and a hollow spirit, soul reaper is and other things. Mostly those things were experiments of someone else kind of trying to figure out perfection, I guess. That guy's name was, I can't remember. Issei said, it's better if you don't remember his name. Doesn't work well, Sir Zack says. He seems that you know his name. I'm guessing you're not going to tell me. You probably hate him more than ever. You probably loathe him. You probably just don't like him at all. Issei says, yes, I don't. I have met him, and I hate him. Luckily, he's right now locked in prison for whatever millennia years. I don't care if he rots in there. That's where, well, Sir Zack says, interesting. So yes, I did also know that from the beginning. You did lie about the whole identity. You didn't know what it was. This is where Issei says, I guess you figured that out. This is where, well, Sir Zack says, please don't try to, what's it called? Well, not tell my sister. I love her all much and I want you to tell her. This is where Issei said, she was the first person to ever know about any of my secrets. This is where Sir Zack says, you decide not to concern me with it? Issei says, I didn't trust you at all. This is where Sir Zack says, oh, that's hurtful. Your tone and voice is different from your relaxed and normal kind of perverted self. Tell me, Issei, let's change topics from what's it called, the whole kind of moody thing and all that. Let's talk about your sacred gear and the ability to boost. Do you think that power will be able to, make Rias's kind of jugs bigger? This is where Issei thinks about it, and this is where he almost had a blood nose, and this is where he says, this is where, well, Research X says, it's only a theory. I'm just saying. This is where, well, he says, don't really overthink that. This is where Research X went to sleep, and this is where Issei says, yeah, shouldn't overthink that. This is where he tries to go to sleep, but it pretty much, that thought was in his mind, just bouncing around. That's where Issei says, fucker. He said in his head, but yeah. But we go into the next day, and of course Rias kind of wonder why Issei's so tired, but of course this is where Sir Zack and Gracie, or whatever her name is, are kind of going around to kind of look around. But yeah, this is where Rias kind of said that she probably also gonna have to go with them. But yeah, this is where Issei says, yeah, don't worry about it, I'll see you at the school and all that. This is where, well, Rias nodded, and this is where, well, what's it called? What's it called? Azia is right now kind of saying, oh, yeah, I gotta go also, Issei, bye, I'll see you in school also. This is where Issei says, yeah, bye then. This is where, well, Shinkai is still next to Issei and says, do I have to go to school? Yes, Shinkai. My parents, I don't know what they're gonna be doing, but I know damn well they're gonna also go to school. This is where, well, Shinkai looks confused. This is where Issei says, they're not going to school to learn, but you're just gonna have to come with me. I don't want to leave you alone. This is where Shinkai nodded. This is where Shinkai didn't even want it to be left alone. This is where, well, he's still on the back of Issei. Yeah. Of course, this is where when he gets to school and all that, he knows as his mostly the whole kind of open house or whatever bullshit, but yeah. This is where Issei is right now in, what's it called, art class or whatever, sculpture class, clay class, whatever the hell it is. Mostly ceramics. It would have been ceramics, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is kind of looking at the piece of clay, and even Shinkai has his own piece of clay because, yeah, the teacher's there. Now, of course, the teacher doesn't really mind the kid, and of course, the girls and guys are kind of wondering why Issei kind of has this kid next to him. This is where Issei, he doesn't say it's like his son or anything, it's basically his little brother and his figure, mostly little brother figure, and if anyone dare touches him, he's going to murder them. He did say that kind of out loud before some of the parents got inside. This is where, well, all the guys were kind of laughing, saying, what are you going to do, huh? This is where Issei, he grabbed one of those like little knife things that would have cut into the clay and all that, and just threw it so fast that it stabbed to the wall, and one of the guys was shocked because it was close to his eye. This is where Issei said, I'll kill you. Now fuck off. This is where Shinkai was kind of looking at the clay, just confused. But yeah, the teacher wasn't even there. He kind of went to go get something, but yeah. This is where the girls were actually also scared of this kind of personality of big brother overprotective. Yes, Issei kind of has this overprotective kind of vibe to him, but yeah. And also, well, what's it called? Mostly, Ozzy is also in the room, but she was kind of shocked to see how Issei kind of protects Shinkai. This is where, well, she kind of also gets that same feeling of how Issei was in anger and rage when he fought against Coco Bean. And yes, I don't remember his actual name. That's why I call him Cocoa Bean. I don't care how many times I'm gonna just disrespect his name and call him Cocoa Bean because I just don't care. But of course, well, she kind of remembers the same feeling. Issei seems to be really overprotective with Shinkai. Now, of course, even though they might have looked like they kind of met only like 2 days ago, she thinks that they have a deeper connection than that. That's why, well, Shinkai is kind of looking at the clay and kind of wondering what to do. Now, of course, the teacher came back and parents started kind of doing this and blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, this is where, well, Issei's parents are kind of saying, hey, Azia, look over here. This is where Azia kind of waves. This is where when Issei turns around and he's like, oh, God, not them. This is where, well, he looks kind of sour-mooded. But, yeah. This is where, well, basically, also Issei's parents kind of ask Shinkai to look. And this is where Shinkai kind of waves at them with this kind of cute smile and all that. This is where, well, the teacher says, okay, I want you to kind of make whatever you dream about. This is where, well, Issei says, whatever I want. This is where, well, Issei, what he really desires the most is, yes, Rias is one of them, but first is always revenge. So, of course, he was thinking in his head to always kill Aizen, but of course, just to stab him. But of course, he didn't want to make it too brutal and too obvious, so of course, he then thought of something else, and it was mostly Rias. It just came to his head, thanks to, well, what's it called? Sir Zax is kind of words. Thinking about the booster gear might be able to kind of make her things bigger, and this is where Issei was thinking of mostly Rias, and this is where he still made that sculpture. This is where Issei said, oh god. This is where, well, Shinkai kind of made, what's it called, his own sculpture, and pretty much his own sculpture is basically a bunch of like different children and all that. He only made it with this like tiny piece of clay. He might have also stole it from other people, but he basically made the entire, what's it called, experiment, the other experiment kids. Mostly him as the smallest one, and then the others. Then there's Issei, but of course Issei had a hollow mask, which no one was able to see, but of course Issei had a hollow mask kind of like protecting against any of the other kind of, well, not experiments, mostly protecting against one man that was kind of holding his hand out to try to grab any of the other kids. Most of the other kids were smaller than the kind of sculpture that, well, Shinkai made. But yeah, kind of, not that small, but mostly trying to figure out the size. But yeah, it's where, well, he also puts, what's it called, Issei as mostly the front of all the other kids, trying to protect against this older, taller man. Now, of course, this is where the taller man, he didn't really have a face or even, well, mostly had hair, but pretty much his face is unknown. But yeah, because Shinkai doesn't really want to remember his face most of the time. This is where, well, multiple people were just winding their eyes to it, what's it called, Issei's sculpture of Rias, and this is where, well, a bunch of people are saying, yeah, you must be like groping on her so much, that's why you remember her body so well. This is where, what's it called, that one man, what's it called, one of Issei's friends says, I'll give you some money. This is where it says, no, I'll give you a week's allowance, I'll give you a month's allowance, what's it called, that pinkish hair girl. But yeah, that's where Issei says, huh? That wasn't something I wanted to create. This is where Issei says, no way. This is where some of the girls say, whoa, what is that? This kid has talent. This is where, well, the teacher says, whoa, I see, there's two sculptures here. Issei and Issei's little brother named Shinkai. You have amazing talent, kid. I can't believe. No wonder you two are hiding out on me. This is where, well, some of the other people are kind of asking and who the kind of mask kind of user is. Now, of course, it shows kind of be like Issei kind of Vasto Lorde, and Issei even notices. This is where, well, Shinkai kind of perfect out, what's it called, Issei Vasto Lorde out. It's only the kind of like a first date, but yeah. Kind of protecting the other kids, and even having Shinkai behind him, but yeah. This is where Issei kind of just smiles and grins at Shinkai, and kind of just like, puts his hand over Shinkai's hair, and kind of just ruffles it, but yeah. Shinkai just smiles at him, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into a time skip, and of course, where, well, Hakana says, Ara, you really did do a good sculpture on Rias' body. This is where, well, Asuna says, yeah, he did. This is where Rias says, wow, it's pretty good, but yeah. This is where Shinkai has this other sculpture, but yeah. This is where Rias says, you did also really good, Shinkai. Shinkai says, yeah, I did it. I made what's it called? Me, my brother, Issei and Vasto Lord versus that scary man. This is where, well, Akana and even Asino were kind of confused, but this is where Rias and Issei said, come on, Shinkai, we're gonna have to go somewhere. Don't you want to show your sculpture out? This is where he said, yeah. This is where, well, Issei kind of walks away, but yeah, Rias sighs a little bit thanks to Issei kind of quick thinking, but yeah. This is where Akana and what's it called? Azenia kind of sigh, but yeah. This is where both Shinkai and Issei, well, mostly Issei grabs Shinkai's arm to jump away from a bunch of crowded of, well, horny boys trying to take pictures or whatever. This is where Issei sighs and says, what are they doing? This is where Arias and the others kind of notice it, but yeah. This is where they kind of follow those guys just to see what they were doing in the gym. And this is where, when they kind of see it, it's a cosplayer. Right now, just over here saying, magical, magical girls, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what was the true saying, but yeah. This is where, well, a bunch of guys are taking pictures, but yeah, with cameras, phones, and whatever bullshit they have. This is where, well, Issei says, why do I have deja vu? Interesting. This is where, well, Issei and the others are confused, but this is where, well, Sanji appears and says, go away. I don't know who you related to, but I'm just saying that this outfit is unacceptable. This is where, well, Sona appears saying, Sanji. This is where, well, Sanji says, Sona. This is where Sona says, sister? This is where her sister says, Sona! This is where, well, she goes on and all them other things. This is where, well, Sona's older sister says, oh, you must be the Red Dragon Emperor. And who's this kid? This is where Shinkai gets scared because of the overhyped active personality or whatever. And just hides behind, well, Issei. Issei says, none of your concern. Don't scare my brother. This is where, well, she says, oh, I'm just sorry. I didn't know that you were an overprotective brother. This is where, well, Shinkai is just confused, but yeah, hiding behind, well, Issei, but yeah. This is where Sona can see the little brother of Issei. Of course, she kind of remembers this also because when she got to the scene, Issei was on the ground, but that's where Shinkai was kind of next to him, just crying, saying, don't die. This is where, well, Sona kind of got informed that, well, yes, Issei's little brother figure. Not actual blood related, but they known each other for a little bit. Rias didn't really explain too much. Mostly gave it in such a vague answer. This is where Sona was always annoyed with Rias, but yeah. With those vague answers of who Shinkai really is, because yes, Sona wants to find out also. Because Issei was in such a powerful form that easily defeated a general of the fallen angels, like a very top tier out here, and just whacking him around and beating the fuck out of him like it was nothing but just a fucking toy. This is where, well, Sona kind of says, sis, you need to get out of that outfit and go into something proper. This is where, well, Sona's older sister but says, why? This is where, well, Sona just runs away, and this is where, well, Sanji says, sorry about that. See ya, Issei say, yeah, see ya. This is where, well, Sanji runs off, just kind of helps Sona with that bullshit, but yeah. This is where, well, they kind of sigh, but this is where, well, Rias and Issei and also Shinkai are kind of like outside of, well, from the gym and all that, just walking out. Shinkai is on top of Issei because, well, Shinkai always like kind of having a piggyback ride, but yeah. This is where, well, Rias really likes Shinkai because Shinkai does act like a child even though he was an experiment also. Issei tries to act like an older brother mostly. A responsible older brother instead of being a pervert. Which, well, Rias kind of respects. This is where, well, they kind of see their parents together. Mostly, well, Rias' dad and also Issei's parents. This is where Issei's dad says, we're here talking to Rias' dad. We were here in the hallway and now we're still here. This is where, well, Shinkai kind of says, okay. This is where, well, he's kind of still on Issei's back, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei's dad says, it's so cute when you two, I just need to take a picture. Mostly, what's it called? Issei's mom kind of pushes Issei's dad out of the way and kind of just grabs the camera and says, I'll take a picture. You and your, what's it called, shaking hands will mess up the picture. This is where, well, she takes a picture and of course Shinkai was smiling in the picture. Issei kind of tried to smile, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei's mother says, they're so cute together. This is where, well, she says, I really always wanted a younger child. This is where, well, Issei says, great, they're really making a situation scene out of this shit. This is where Ryu's dad says, ah, you must be Issei. This is where, well, Issei says, yeah, and you must be Ryu's dad. This is where, well, he kind of tries to bow down, but this is where Ryu's dad says, that doesn't need to be anything like that. I'm just happy that you're with my daughter and all that. This is where, well, he had this kind of sweet kind of hinting tone. This is where, well, Issei was a little confusing with Shinkai. That's where his face was a little bit red, saying, shit, shut up. This is where, well, Sir Zax also appears, saying, ah, Dad is here. This is where, well, Sir Zax, mostly Issei's dad is saying, I'm gonna go get some, what's it called, sake, and, you can come to our house and all that. This is where, well, Shinkai is, like, on, well, mostly on the desk of, like, yeah, not desk, mostly the table and all that, kind of eating. That's where Issei is also eating, and Rhea saying, son of a bitch, I'm in the night level of hell and all that. This is where, well, she gets up and just screams because it's so embarrassing in other edition. This is where Issei gets up and saying, Shinkai, wait for me here. This is where Shinkai nodded, and this is where, well, Asuna is kind of talking to, well, Shinkai. But yeah, that's where Rhea says, damn it, so annoying bastards. This is where Issei says, do you want to talk about it in my room? This is where she nodded, and of course, this is where they're kind of talking and all that. Issei says, I know that your brother's being a dickhead and being quite annoying, but yeah. This is where, well, Rhea says, yeah. This is where Issei says, still, it's just how parents are, I guess. This is where, well, Rhea said, how are you and Shinkai doing? This is where Issei says, I love him. He's my little brother, and I will protect him at all costs. This is where Rhea smiles and says, This is where Issei says, and I'll also protect you, because you're the one to save me. And this is where, well, they're getting closer, and of course, this is where, well, they kind of kiss each other. This is where, well, Asuya kind of appears, saying, Issei. This is where Shinkai says, hey, Issei. This is where Shinkai didn't actually see the kissing scene, but yeah, because he was kind of behind Asuya, but yeah. This is where, well, Sir Zack says, interesting. So, Rias. This is where both Rias and Issei are kind of blushing, but yeah, because they heard that he was there for a couple of minutes, but yeah. This is where Shinkai was confused, but yeah. This is where Sir Zack asked what's it called, well, Rias to kind of bring out the other bishop. And we go into the time skip for that. This is where, well, Issei is mostly in, what's it called, the, like, occult research club. And of course, this is where they kind of meet the other bishop. This is where, well, Shinkai is confused with the other bishop, but yeah, the other bishop is basically a child that's a guy, and not a female. Issei didn't really say it's a female, because he kind of noticed real quick it's actually a guy. This is where, well, Ozzy thought it was actually a girl. This is where Issei says, that's a guy. This is where, well, Gasper gets scared, and of course uses his kind of stop ability time just to run away, but yeah. This is where, well, Gasper is saying, don't look at me. This is where, well, he's hiding under the box, and this is where, well, Issei says, did he just stop time? This is where Ryo says, I guess so. This is where, well, Shinkai is actually next to the box and says, hey, you know, you shouldn't be hiding under a box. I know some of them are scary, like the, what's it called, blue-haired girl. This is where, well, mostly SF was there, and this is where Zinnia was there, and they were confused. But this is where, well, they were wondering, who is he talking about? This is where, well, this is where Shinkai says, also the blondish hair girl. This is where, well, both Zinnia and also, well, what was her name? Oh yeah, Junko was there, and they were confused, but which one? This is where, well, Shinkai says, but there's nothing to fear, because my older brother's here, and he will definitely protect you. This is where, well, Gasper looks outside and says, you're another kid? This is where Shinkai says, hello, my name is Shinkai, and I am 12 years old. This is where Gasper says, you're so young and so brave. I can't believe you're so amazing. This is where Shinkai smiles and says, This is where, well, Gasper smiles, but yeah. This is where Issei says, all it took is another kid. Well, that was interesting. This is where, oh, I don't remember how old was Gasper. I think Gasper was, wait. So it doesn't really say in how old Gasper is, but I'm gonna just say that he's probably 15. He's just younger than, what's it called, Konako, but yeah. Because Konako is 16, but yeah. This is where, well, Gasper says, well, you're so small and so strong. I wish I was like you, but I'm so scared about my own abilities. Shinkai says, I'm not that strong and not that powerful. Mostly, I'll always look out for my older brother, since he was the tallest and strongest out of, well, me and the others. I'm also scared of my own abilities, but if I have my older brother there, then I'm no longer scared. This is where, well, Gasper says, well, you're amazing. So who's your older brother? This is where, well, he looks around of everyone in the, what's it called, Murray family. And this is where, well, he did kind of hear older brother, so he's thinking either, what's it called, well, Kiba, but Kiba has blonde hair, or Issei, but Issei has brown hair. This is where, well, Gasper says, who's your older brother? It's Issei here. This is where, well, the brown hair. This is where, well, Gasper says, whoa, he must be so strong that he will always protect you, right? Shinkai says, yep, he will always protect me, no matter what. That's where Issei kind of just smiles and appears right next to, well, Shinkai and just a, mostly not bodyfucker, a flash step, and just ruffles Shinkai's hair and says, yeah, I will always protect my little brother. Just like I'll always protect you, Shinkai. Or not Shinkai, Gasper. Even though you're not my little brother, I can see you as a little brother figure. This is where Issei smiles so gently. This is where, well, Gasper widened his eyes, and this is where he nodded. He can see the friendliness and the friendly aura that, well, Issei is giving out. But yeah. This is where, well, the others can see it, also seeing the aura kind of change around, well, not Shinkai, Issei pretty easily. He's really acting like this older brother figure that most of them really never thought that was actually possible. They pretty much thought that he was a pervert the whole damn time. Or had this kind of dark and depressing aura most of the time. But really, Issei seems to be much more happier those days. Thanks to Shinkai, but yeah. That's where, well, Ryu says, well, Issei, I need you to train, what's it called, Gasper. Because you can see here, he doesn't really know how to control his abilities. That's where Issei says, don't worry, I can definitely protect him and train him, Rias. Just leave it all up to me. This is where, well, me and my brother. This is where, well, Shinkai kind of smiles and says, yeah, we will protect him. This is where, well, Rias kind of smiles and says, thank you, Shinkai and also Issei. This is where, well, both Issei and Shinkai smiles, but yeah. This is where, well, everyone is seeing this, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where they still want to ask questions with, what's it called, Issei. When they try to ask Shinkai mostly tries to run away from them. Because he's kind of scared if he's not with Issei, but yeah. This is where, well, and Rias mostly will protect Shinkai away from them from asking any questions, but yeah. This is where, well, that is happening. This is where, well, Rias says, well, I gotta go check the media and all them other things, so I need you to train, yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, don't worry, I'll train. This is where, we go into a time skip of training. This is where Issei, he's mostly asking Gasper to try to attack him. Now, Gasper doesn't have that many attack spells or any attack at all. And of course, this is where Issei can see this. This is where, well, he then sighs and says, fine. Then we go into something else. This is where he has volleyballs and of course just throws them at what's it called, Gasper. Gasper kind of stops him, but just mostly hides, but yeah. Because he knows he's not that strong and he still kind of blames himself a lot, but yeah. But of course, this is where, well, Issei is just training him and other things, but yeah. This is where, well, Azio appears saying, hey there. This is where, well, Issei and what's it called, Shinkai get on guard, but yeah. This is where Azio says, oh, I'm just here to kind of, well, give you some advice about Gasper there. You see here, he, well, will be stronger if you give blood of the Red Emperor Dragon to him. And you there, you can help him out to train his powers. He looks at Sanji, but yeah. This is where, well, Sanji says, wait, I have that ability? That's what Issei says, you didn't know? Sanji says, oh, well, excuse me, I didn't know. That's what Issei says, great, I knew it, you were a dumbass. This is, well, Sanji says, screw you, man. This is where, well, then, well, Azio kind of noticed the young boy, mostly that's next to Issei, and says, who are you, kid? This is where Issei gets on guard and says, he's someone that, well, doesn't need the likes of you. Now go away. This is where, well, this is so mean. Why are you so mean? That's what Issei says, because. Go away then, and I will tell you. Never. This is where, well, as I said, fine, I'll be going. This is where, well, we go into a time skip, and of course, Gasper is kind of getting a little bit confidence boost, but yeah, not much. But of course, we're mostly to the help of what's it called, Issei and Shinkai. He's actually pretty much liking them because they're pretty really nice. Better than half of the other people because they were either chasing him around and try to make him do stuff that he doesn't really want to. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into a time skip of mostly the kind of meeting happening and Issei having to come along. Now, of course, well, Estef and Junko, they didn't come along. Mostly they stayed in the research club. And also, what's it called, Shinkai, because even though Shinkai didn't want to, he mostly stayed. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei was kind of sad about this, where he used to ask what's called Issei to come along because Sursax wanted him to come. But yeah, this is where, well, that whole meeting was still going on like original canon. How Azo kind of asked, well, what's it called, Issei, if he wanted peace. Issei said, yeah, he wanted peace, definitely. He doesn't want this whole war bullshit and all them other things to happen because it would mean his family would get involved, and he doesn't want that shit to happen. Again, he thinks in his head, but yeah. This is where, oh, as I'll say, see, so do we all agree? But this is where, well, time stops, and this is where, well, Issei had his red gauntlet. Mostly Ryusta kind of grabbed his hand because she was kind of worried about him. But of course, this is where, well, time does stop. This is where almost all of them were frozen, but yeah. This is where Issei says, what happened? This is where, well, Issei says, well, mostly he says, what happened? This is where, well, they're confused until Azo says, it must be the kid who froze everything. This is where, well, they're getting attacked outside. This is where Azo did ask Volley to go out to kind of help, what's it called? Well, show that he's there, but yeah. Of course, this is where Issei and Ria still are going towards the research club. But of course, when they get there, yes, there's a lot of, well, attacks and destruction and other things. Ice pillars, ice walls, and also some other, like, dead bodies. But yeah, this is where, well, when Issei and what's it called, Rias got to the room and all that, they see Gasper and the wall kind of just, well, kind of being used and all that. Well, mostly, like, being used to kind of use this time stop thing and all that. This is where, well, the other people there are saying, huh, you managed to defeat them all. This is where, well, they say, who are you two? We won't let you get anywhere near those people. This is where, well, they kind of already have weapons towards the Esther, Junko, what's it called? Not Coca. Fuck, I forgot her name. And Kaneko, and also what's it called, Shinkai. Shinkai was already knocked out and just on the wall with a magic spell. This is where, well, Issei was pissed. And this is where he summoned out the sword. What's it called? His hollow sword, and also the, well, mostly not the hollow sword, mostly the dragon slayer sword, and of course cut himself and then give blood towards the call. Gasper. Gasper managed to freeze everything, and of course unfreezes it, and of course stop him from kind of, well, fighting. That's where Issei appears. Right now activating his hollow mask and saying, you're all dead. This is where Issei didn't give mercy. He didn't, like, do the whole rip clothes. No, he easily destroyed them, making them disappear, but yeah. This is where, well, Shinkai was now let down to the ground. That's where Shinkai says, sorry, older brother. Issei says, no, you did good. This is where, well, they were kind of shocked with the hollow-fied mask, mostly Gasper, but Gasper, he didn't really mind it because he does see Shinkai's hollow mask. And Shinkai's hollow mask has mostly blue stripes, but yeah, Issei has kind of a white blank mask that kind of shows to have some green stripes, but not much. Well, it's different now because it did show green stripes. They're just normal white. This is where, well, Gasper and the others were going back, but yeah. This is where, well, Estef and Junko kind of got back up because they were only caught off guard, and also, well, Koneko, but yeah. This is where Shinko also, but yeah. This is where, well, they are kind of, well, getting back, and of course, this is where, well, Azo managed to kill that Labate girl and all that. And of course, this is where there's still a lot of people coming back. But this is where something strange happens throughout that battle and all that. They hear a loud roar of cheering, of happiness. and craziness. And that is, mostly they hear this loud and happy scream, yeah! Coming from the sky, right now slaughtering people out of the way, saying, out of my way, you weaklings! Swinging a sword that just seems to be all kind of sharp and fucked up a little bit, but yeah. Of course, carrying someone behind him like a pink-haired girl and all that, and saying, Kenny, we gotta find, what's it called, Issei. This is where, well, then they also hear this, Getsuga Tensho! Annihilated some of the, what's it called, Chaos Patrol people or whatever. And this is where, well, all the Chaos Patrol are kind of fighting against, what's it called, this person with black clothing. And of course, just rushing through them easily with a sword that's blacker than the night, cutting them down so easily. This is where the person is screaming with laughter, or not laughter, mostly not this other person, mostly the guy with orange hair, also having orange hair, but also the guy that has black hair and just laughing. Kind of, this pink haired girl is kind of saying, Kenny. This is where, well, this is Kenpachi, and Yoruichi is with him and all that, and when Itachi, Ichigo is up there kind of fighting against some of these people. He's kind of looking for, well, Issei. But yeah, this is where, well, Kenpachi say, out of my way, you weaklings! Find me the strongest, or I'll slaughter you all like sheeps. This is where, well, all three factions, mostly the angels, fallen angels, and the devils are confused. But yeah, and also what's it called? Kiba and Zenaya are just damn confused. And also what's it called? Irina. But yeah, this is where Kenpachi says, find me the strongest or I'll slaughter you all like weaklings. This is where, well, Issei and the others manage to get there, and this is where Issei says, Kenpachi? This is where he looks up and says, Ichigo? Ichigo says, hey, Issei. This is where, well, everyone is just so confused, even Sir Sax and what's it called, Maiko and Azel. This is where, well, Issei says, what are you two doing here? This is where, well, and then he sees Yoruichi. And this is where he says, Yoruichi, hi. This is where, well, Yoruichi says, hey, Issei. This is where Kenpachi says, hey, brats, show me the strongest. I will fight them to the death. This is where, well, he's so crazy as ever. This is where, well, Shinkai says, whoa, what are they? This is where Issei says, all right, you never did meet the Soul Reapers, so you don't know much about them. This is where, well, when Michael heard Soul Reapers, he says, so what? This is where, well, Issei says, but here, just stay in the barrier for a little bit. This is where, well, Shinkai says, but I want to go. This is where Issei says, don't worry, I'll be back. This is where, well, Issei appears, putting his hand right into his face. Holofy! This is where he goes into holification again. And of course, having the holomask, this is where he pulls out a sword out of nowhere. A white sword out of nowhere. And this is where, well, he then sees a bunch of these Chaos Patrol trying to attack. This is where he says, twist your style! Getsuga Tensho! This is where he obliterates a bunch of them with this kind of black, red, and green kind of light show. This is where, well, not Getsuga Tensho, it's, what's it called, Settle Slashes. But yeah, this is where, well, he easily ripped through a lot of them, but yeah. This is where, well, Gasper just seeing this and seeing how powerful Issei really is. This is where, well, Kenpachi is laughing, saying, ha 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 ha. You will give me a great challenge, Issei. This is where Issei says, please don't kill me in the middle of the battle. Why? Why are you like this? This is where, well, Ichigo appears next to them and says, hey kid. This is where, well, Issei says, Ichigo. This is where, well, they still see a lot of people until a blast almost hits him. This is where, mostly not Gasper, Ezel gets hit down the ground and says, ah, son of a bitch. I must be getting so old that I didn't notice this. This is where Valley says, hey Red Dragon Emperor. This is where Kenpachi says, you seem strong! This is where Kenpachi jumps up in the air and tries to swing his sword down straight toward Valley. Valley says, do you think you will be able to? He almost gets cut. His armor was almost ripped in half. This is where he managed to fly away because he realized that, well, the White Dragon Emperor managed to tell him to get away from that guy. This is where, well, Kenpachi says, hey, where are you going? Don't run away from me. I want to fight to the death. Get your ass over here, boy. This is where, well, Issei and Ichigo sweat drops and says, yep, he's never going to change. Nope, never. This is where Kenpachi says, hey, you motherfucker, get your ass over here and fight me to the death. This is where Valley says, I have no reason to fight you to the death. I'm only here to fight the Red Dragon Emperor. This is where, well, Issei says, oh, you mean me? This is where, well, Valley says, who do you think else has a Red Dragon Emperor? This is where Issei says, that's a pretty good point. But you see here, I have something that might interest you a lot better. What's that? This. Vasto. This is where he goes into Vasto in an instant and says, settle! This is where he sent a blast, a red blast, straight towards Valley. Valley says, divide, divide, divide! That isn't dividing at all. This is where he almost gets blasted, and of course, the magic spell gets destroyed in an instant. Almost. This is where, well, Ichigo says, how the hell did you get into that form? Issei says, I have somehow got into this form. Don't worry how I did that. Issei gets out of the form in an instant. That's where he says, I still haven't learned how to control it. Ichigo smacks his face and says, you idiot. I feel tired now. Issei falls down to the ground. This is where Ichigo says, I wonder why. Maybe because you got it incomplete. This is where Kenpachi says, I don't care. I want to fight to the death. This is where Yoriichi jumped off of Kenpachi's back, and this is where Kenpachi now is able to move freely and rushing toward Valley. This is where Valley says, you crazy people. This is where he sent a blast straight to Kenpachi. Kenpachi takes that and says, come here, you motherfucker. This is where Valley says, you fucking insane, you bastard. This is where, well, Valley's up in the air, and of course, he's not trying to be, like, cut down by Kenpachi. And of course, this is just happening for a while. This is where, well, Ichigo is trying to see if Issei is still alive. Yes, he's still alive. He's just asleep. This is where Yoriichi says, oh no, he's asleep. This is where Shinkai runs up and says, big brother. This is where, well, Ichigo says, big brother, what the hell? This is where Yoriichi says, huh? Wait, you have another hollow mask, meaning that you must have also been with the experiment. This is where, well, Ichigo says, oh. This is where, well, he realized that, yes, Shinkai seems to be also with the experiment because he has a hollow mask right next to his head. But yeah, it's not on his head because he didn't put it on there. This is where, Ichigo says, oh. Hey kid, were you also with the experiment? This is where Shinkai nodded, right now crying to see if, well, Issei is not dead. This is where, well, Ichigo says, no, he's not dead, he's just unconscious. He went to sleep for a while. He's coming back to life. No, he just passes out from going into that form. Idiot kid, but yeah. He said, this is where Shinkai smiles and says, really? He's not dead? Yay! This is where, well, Ichigo sighs, saying, yeah, he's not dead. Hopefully not. This is where Issei wakes up and says, what just happened? This is where, well, Ichigo says, did you really have to go into that form? Issei says, what form? Oh, yeah, I wanted to kind of scare the fuck out of him. Yeah, you scared the fuck out of me. This is where Issei says, don't worry, I'm not gonna die in that form. I just wanted to see if I can go into it in the first place. Wait, didn't you say you learned how to control it? Yeah, for only 1 second. Motherfucker. Ichigo says in his head. Well, not in his head, mostly out loud. This is where, well, Issei says, well, Issei said, well, lesson learned. Can only hold it for 1 second. You idiot. This is where Ichigo said. This is where... Sorry about me coughing. This is where, well, Issei says, well, I tried. This is where, well, Ichigo says, fine, I should be going over there also. That guy with the whatever white form seems to be right now running away from Kenpachi. Should I stop him? Issei says, nah, let them keep fighting. What's the worst that can happen? Kenpachi is right now exploding with so much energy, saying, fight me to the death! This is where the barrier snaps, and this is where someone appears. We'll see, what's it called, that, mostly monkey god, whatever. He says, hey, Valley, you seem to be in a trouble, so I'll be here fighting. This is where he gets slashed down by Kenpachi. His blood is now on Kenpachi's sword, and Kenpachi says, a new opponent, I see. I hope you're not too weak to take a hit. This is where, well, Valley and the monkey guy are now just scared shitless because, well, Kenpachi has this, like, death god behind him. This is where Kenpachi says, fight me to the death, you bastards. Where do you think you're running away from me? This is where both of them were trying to just run away, or mostly Bobby is just flying. This is where the monkey says, "Damn it, pull." This is where he tries to hit Kenpachi. This is where Kenpachi gets hit, but this is where it's barely pushing him. This is where Kenpachi says, "Where do you think you're going? You're not pushing me away. We're gonna fight to the death." This is where, well, shit is still happening while Issei and Ichigo are just talking, chilling. This is where, well, Shinkai is also just talking to Ichigo and saying, "Whoa, you're also someone that's able to go holify?" This is where Ichigo shows it off. This is where, well, Shinkai is just amazed, but yeah. But he's more amazed with his older brother, Issei, more than Ichigo. This is where Ichigo feels kind of hurt. This is where Issei feels proud. This is where, well, Ichigo just glares at Issei, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei just smiles, but yeah. This is where, well, everyone is just so damn confused. This is where Surf's acting to just see Vali is right now running away, or should I say flying away, and also that other guy is kind of trying to get away from, what's it called, Kenpachi. Kenpachi says, "Get over here, you motherfuckers! Why run away when you can fight?" This is where he swings his sword down, and this is where a yellow slash of bright light swings down and rips through a bunch of, like, rubble. This is where everyone is also unpaused, as you mentioned. They're not, like, frozen no more, thanks to, well, Gasper. And of course they're seeing this, and this is where, well, both Kiva and Azania are right now scared. They don't even want to move. They have their swords out, which they should probably put that away, but maybe in the off chance they don't want to put it away because, well, what happened if this guy attacks? But this is where they kind of notice what's it called, Issei still talking to the orange hair guy who they kind of seen before. This is Ichigo from the last time they seen it. This is where Ria is sighing. This is where she kind of goes towards Issei and just kind of hugs him, saying, "Are you okay?" This is where Issei says, "Yeah, I'm fine." What do you think? I was not going to be fine? This is where, well, Ria says, "I'm just glad that you're fine. And luckily you didn't go into an actual Vasto Lord, you idiot. You gave me a heart attack. I thought you went berserk again." This is where, well, Ichigo says, yeah, I thought you also went berserk again. I would have to knock you out." This is where Issei says, "That if you could." This is where Ichigo says, "Cocky kid, aren't you? Cocky kid." Issei says, "Maybe." Sir Rios is just happy that, well, Issei isn't going berserk, but yeah. And managed to control it, even if it was for a little bit. This is where they're seeing, what's it called, Vali and what's it called, the monkey guy, getting chased down by Kenpachi. Kenpachi is like a mad dog saying, "Get over here, you motherfuckers! Why are you running away?" This is where, well, they're saying, shit. This is where Vali is saying, "Damn it." This is where he sends a blast right towards, what's it called, Ichigo, Issei, and also, what's it called, Rios and Shinkai. This is where Ichigo, he says, "Get to Gatencho." This is where he slashes down the blast and he's cutting it into two. This is where, well, Vali realized that that orange hair guy is nothing to mess with, but yeah. This is where, well, he should also not be messing with Issei, because, well, the fact that he just sent a powerful blast and could have ripped through him easily. And then there's this guy with black hair just rushing at him, trying to fight to the death. He's not trying to fight against Kenpachi to the death. He's trying to fight Issei. Because he's the Red Dragon Emperor. With one problem. Whatever the fuck he went into, he could have get easily destroyed, because when he tried to use divine power to try to defy the magical power, it wasn't made out of magic. It was made out of fucking spiritual pressure, or also known as Ryotsu. So yeah, this is where, well, he realized, if I fight him, am I gonna die? This is where he asked the White Dragon Emperor. This is where the White Dragon Emperor says, no. The kid seems to be different. Whatever Drake kind of got put into, yeah, you're gonna have to fight him, one way or another. This is where Vali says, "That's enough." This is where he asked that one dude to kind of fight Kenpachi off. This is where the guy says, "Are you insane? Who do you think I am? Fucking God? I wish I was. Then I'll fight against this man." This is where, well, Kenpachi says, "Fight me if you're God. I don't give a fuck if you're God or not. I'll kill you, motherfucker." This is where, well, the monkey says, "Oh shit, even if I was God, I'm gonna die." This is where Vali says, "Just keep him off for a second." "Issei, fight me." This is where Issei said, "Do I fight him?" This is where Ichigo says, "I don't fucking know. Fight him. I don't care. Are you feeling good?" This is where Issei says, "Yep, don't worry. I got this." This is where he says, "Drake." Drake says, "Got it. Boost. This is where, Vali says, yeah, that's what I like. Come on, Issei, fight me. This is where Issei says, Drake, can you transfer the power towards my, well, holofy mask? Yes. Why? Cause I'm gonna fuck him up one way or another. It's the White Dragon Emperor versus the Red Dragon Emperor. This would have been a legendary battle if you would have just... Never mind. Go ahead. This is where Issei says, Vasto Lord. Or not Vasto Lord. He mostly says, Holofy Mask. He transferred the energy of how much he managed to boost up. And this is where, well, the Holofy Mask managed to transform into kind of like this dragon kind of mask a little bit. It's still kind of white with green and all that. Great, right? And this is where, well, Issei kind of roars. Now, of course, this is where he roars like a dragon. This is where Issei says, this is Hollow Dragon mode. This is where, well, Vali says, this is not what I was expecting. You know, if you keep playing around, I'm going to kill all your parents. This is where he starts trying to talk shit. And that's where Issei says, okay, I know that you're really trying to piss me off, but I'm not falling for that. This is where Azel says, you know, if you let him kind of keep fighting, he might be able to divine what's it called, Rias. You know what? This is where Issei says, what? This is where he explodes in energy, still like a original canon, because Issei, even though he's not trying to be a pervert, he still kind of is. And this is where Ichigo says, who? This is where Rias says, really? You don't even know my name? This is where Shinkai says, oh no, I don't want what's it called, Issei's, well, what's it called, best friend to kind of, well, be gone and all that. This is where Shinkai says, I'll protect you, Rias. This is where Rias says, oh, so cute. This is where, well, she didn't realize, best friend, right? He's still a kid, so he doesn't know much better. This is where, well, Yoruichi managed to kind of get Shinkai towards her, and this is where, well, Rias kind of realized that Yoruichi's basically telling him what a girlfriend is and blah, blah, blah. This is where, well, Shinkai says, then I'll definitely protect my big brother's girlfriend. This is where, well, Rias kind of blushes, but yeah. This is where, well, Ichigo says, well, that's one way to say it. This is where, well, Issei exploded into Dragon... what was it called again? Sorry. Sorry, I forgot what it was called. Let me remember. So this is where, well, Issei goes into Welsh Dragon Over Booster, which he now has the armor, but it's kind of white, but still has the greenish kind of orbs and other things. He's still in Hollow Dragon, but now has armor. This is where Issei says, what the fuck am I in? This is where, well, he goes into his mindscape and talks to White a little bit. Mostly the white version of him. This is where this motherfucker doesn't even know what the fuck Issei did. Pretty much it's a mixture of Hollow and Dragon power. Yeah. Issei says, so I'm basically broken, you saying? White says probably your flash step kind of became much more powerful. I don't know. Try to use a set or whatever. Why are you even asking the horse? Issei says, I'm happy that you finally admit that you're the horse. This is where White says, I'm on that fucking... This is where Issei disappears from the mind skin. This is where White says, fuck you, you fucking bastard. This is where Issei appears outside the mind skin. This is where he says, Holofy Dragon mode. This is where, well, Issei is. This is not what I was expecting. Issei appears right in front of what's called Vali in a flash. Issei says, surprise, motherfucker. Dragon Slayer sword. This is where he actually managed to appear and stab into Vali. Mostly he managed to cut off, well, some of the armor. But yeah, this is where, well, Vali whined his eyes and he did get a little bit cut inside his stomach. He's like, son of a bitch. This is where he's trying to fly away, but this is where Issei is basically flash stepping right in front of him. And Issei can float thanks to the fact that he's a hollow. Yeah. Usually, Soul Reapers, Hollows, and Quincy's don't really need to, what's it called, have wings to fly. But yeah, Issei doesn't need that neither. Issei is right now up in the air just defying gravity because fuck wings. They're overrated. Issei appears right in front of Vali trying to cut him all the damn time. Vali is trying to just get away from Issei. He realized that this is a terrible mistake. This is where, well, Vali says, whatever. I'll be going back. Let's go. This is where he asked the monkey dude, but the monkey dude is right now having the troublesome time of fighting against Kapashi. And this is where, well, even Arthur, Arthur, or whatever his name, appears, trying to help the monkey dude. And of course, just getting Vali and saying, we're getting out of here. He makes the, what's it called, portal, and just tries to jump all into there. This is where Issei says, oh no you don't. Kapachi also appears, saying, no you don't. Kapachi puts what's it called, both of his hands on his blade and swings it down. A yellow divine slash appears. Just this huge made of Ryasu. Issei also appears right now holding his blade similar to Kapachi's and saying, Zero style, Zero slash, divine cut. This is where, well, another cut actually appears, but this time it's a dark green powerful blast going straight to them. And this is where they wonder, Aizen just managed to get into the portal before that portal rift thing can actually disappear. This is where both blasts manage to hit each other and destroys each other. This is where Issei says, motherfucker! This is where Issei says, I feel tired now. This is where Issei gets out of the form, but yeah. This is where, well, Ryu says, Issei! This is where Ichika says, Issei! This is where he says, Issei, and this is where Shinkai says, Issei, no! This is where, well, they're going, but yeah. Of course, for right now, I'm gonna leave it off here. Yes, Issei is going to keep, well, passing out thanks to the overboost in his body, but yeah. Other than that, I'm going to leave it off here and have a, well, nice day. And other than that, have an amazing Dark Raikou day, or Dark Lightning day. I don't know what I'm talking about. But other than that, bye. I gotta go somewhere.